Hi, I'm Will Murphy.
And I'm Euro Stevens.
And welcome to Black Contemporary Television News,
where we say it's about us and it's about time.
Do you need free help with your taxes? I'm State Senator Royce West, here to tell you about United Way's free tax preparation services. IRS certified tax preparers will ensure individuals or families who earn less than $50,000 last year receive the highest refund possible. Sites open through April in convenient locations, and they're open days, evenings, and weekends. Locate the free United Way tax preparation site near you simply by dialing 211. Thank you.
Welcome back to Black Contemporary Television News.
Now, before we left, we were talking about sports, and we got to touch on the South African runner and all the controversy surrounding her.
Right. You know, after she won the 800-meter relay, 800 meters in Berlin,
right,
they decided that there was something wrong because she won by such a windfall. And so they decided to test her, and she had really high levels of testosterone in her body.
Right.
Well, they did some further testing of her genetics and found that she's an intersexual.
An intersexual?
Yeah.
Not a hermaphrodite.
That's a hermaphrodite. Yeah, well, actually,
Hermaphrodite.
intersexual is sort of the politically correct way of saying hermaphrodite now. And you know, there's a big controversy because she's like one of the topics in South Africa.
Right.
She's like a South African hero. And so the South African leaders are upset about them putting her out there.
As well they should be. I was really hurt, and I felt for her when this story came out. Because to have something that personal, that intimate about yourself blasted all over the news, I mean, I just felt really bad for her.
Well, you know, the thing that's unusual about this situation is they were really looking to see if she was doping and using some chemicals to have higher performance, when in actuality, everything she was using was natural. It's just that her levels of testosterone was so much higher than everyone else.
And I could have dealt with that. I could have dealt with the fact that, hey, she has higher testosterone levels.
Yeah.
But to invade her privacy in that way, I mean, I don't know. I was upset with the Olympic board for doing that and putting that information out there, and that's why, you know, the country of South Africa is also upset with,
It's a pretty controversial story right now. And I hope that at some point they realize that she is a human being like everyone else.
Right.
And a woman who, you know, is really proud of the hard work that she's done.
Right. But since then, I don't know if you've seen the latest news to come about. They've given her a makeover, trying to make her look a little bit more feminine, did her hair and things like that. She's really nice looking.
Yeah.
You know, once she's dressed up. But that's what a lot of the runners, when you put them in makeup and
they look a little bit, they have such
look more
physical
feminine.
bodies.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you look a little more athletic.
Yeah.
But you know, athletic is fly.
I want to take a break here and take some time to talk with the president and CEO of the Dallas African Chamber of Commerce.
Okay.
Because I had a moment to talk with him, and he's telling us about how we can actually do business in Africa. Africa is the place to be. So let's take a break, and we'll talk to Sammy Okimbalero, the president and CEO of the African Chamber of Commerce, right here on Black Contemporary Television.
Is the largest provider of housing finance, and we became listed on the Ghana Stock Exchange in 1995.
I have the potential of a huge market here.
We had a track record of paying dividends every year since our establishment.
Welcome back to Black Contemporary News. This week we highlight the African Chamber of Commerce, and joining me today is Sammy Okimbalero, President and CEO of the Dallas-Fort Worth Chamber. Thank you for joining me, Sammy.
Thank you for having me.
Now, most of us are pretty much aware of what our local Chamber of Commerces provide. What role does the African Chamber of Commerce play in facilitating business growth in Africa?
Well, we focus on three basic things. Promoting commerce, trade, and cultural differences. The whole idea was opportunity to educate people about Africa.
I learned so much from talking to Sammy in that piece. Had no clue that 62% of business in Africa is owned by women.
Isn't that amazing?
It's amazing.
I think that's really good. That means that now you can take off and go to Africa.
Yes, I can.
You and LJ and John.
Get our business started.
I like that.
Yeah, love it. Moving on, I got to talk to you about a new book out about the Secret Service, and it says the Secret Service actually cuts corners on President Obama's protection.
Uh-oh.
So a lot of people are up in arms about this book. But I did a little research on it, and it's not as bad as we think. The book is entitled, the complete title is The Ends in the President's Secret Service, Behind the Scenes with Agents in the Line of Fire and the Presidents They Protect. Now, they focus a little bit on the protection of President Barack Obama, but this book actually goes back and looks at how the Secret Service has protected all previous presidents and looks at the job, or the heavy job that they have in trying to protect the president. It talks about several different assassination plots, which we were unaware of. Oh, wow. We all know about the plot or the assassination attempt against President Reagan, but there was another one that we didn't know about as well.
Which one's that?
Against President Reagan.
Oh,
yeah, there was more than one, and they talk about that.
I remember the guy that went up and tried to shoot him on the street.
Yeah, and they talk about it in this book. They also talk about, surprise, surprise, the Bush twins and what a hard time they gave the Secret Service agents or whatnot. But definitely right now, with racism being the way that it is, a lot of people are concerned about the safety of President Barack Obama. The Secret Service is especially on high alert, and there's a lot of concerns about whether they're doing their job.
Well, and also too, I mean, above and beyond racism, the country has changed. I mean, you have more thoughts of terrorism,
right?
And with us being we're still in war. I mean, we're still at war, and a lot of people don't realize that. So there's going to always be plots.
Yeah, a lot of people still don't like America.
Right.
That's going to do it for us this week on Black Contemporary Television News, where
it's about us.
and it's about time.